Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. So in today's session I have prepared some wrong screen. So what I prepared is the support for payment requests. And now why is this on the top of the list? As my tiny little shop is becoming a little bit more busy, I find it annoying that I don't have because I'm still using Hesk as my primary system and only using my system that we're working on over here for payment requests. Which means to create a payment request for, say, for this ticket, I have to go to the manage page, which is not going to load because it's trying to find Hesk ticket, because it's not differentiating between the Hesk ticket and the new system ticket. There is some differentiation in the payment system. When you submit the payment and all that, because new system uses 343 and the old one uses 334 as far as the length of the string of the segments of the ticket ID. But suppose I do have access here, then I can just create what I'm charging the customer for, and then manually go to make a payment / ticket, right? And that is also, that probably won't work. Yeah, ticket does not have outstanding balance. Well, because it doesn't, and that's true. There are no payment requests for that ticket. But as you can see, it didn't throw the exception that the ticket was not found. Ticket was found because it differentiates. Actually, we can confirm that. That was it in admin here, or no, in pages controller, I think. Let's find it here. So it's create payment request, make payment, make process payment, success, make custom payment, make payment, and this is the action. And let's see, yes. So we're checking if it's a BHR ticket. If it's a BHR ticket, meaning new system, then we're fetching ticket entity, right? Otherwise we're fetching Hesk ticket. But there are no payment requests for that, so at least we don't have to we're not validating status because there was no status when I was writing this, so that's why we have this to do over here. But at least we don't have to make any changes over here, right, on the pages controller and all there. But the changes that we do have to make is, let's go to my tickets and Andrew Smith ticket, is ability to not only list payment requests over here, but be able to quickly submit payment request, delete payment request, and see which ones were paid, which ones were not paid, right? That will save me a lot of time, because right now it's not too bad. At least I do have a procedure, but it's a little bit annoying that I have to do so much manual labor just to create a payment request. It needs to be one button action. So in manage tickets, right, we have prepared this here. Let's do div class card text. That's going to be a wrapper for the table. And now we don't really need anything too fancy over here. We just want a list of payment requests. So actually let's do unordered list. And here we'll do list items, and there it's gonna be clickable. So how do we identify payment requests? Well, we identify them by IDs. That's true. Let's see, payment requests. We have track ID, amount status, created that. And payments, that is the actual payments that the user have done, right? Payment request is just, you know, the line items basically that are pending. And if you make payment for all pending payment requests. Then we store it as a payment. So we keep the session ID, the payment intent ID, info, all that kind of stuff, right? So so these will be payment requests. So this will only have ID, yeah, and info, which is basic, and status. So let's do this. We'll do two lists over here. Let's do H4 over here, pending, and paid. And let's refresh it, see what we have. Yeah, it's a bit, yeah. I'm not too crazy about this layout yet. It's, yeah. It might look different. Because you see the blue, right? This is our response to the customer, and the customer's response is white. Because I figured this is easier to read. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this yet. So actually, let's switch this to paragraph. Yeah, that's better. And we're gonna need payment requests. So this is in tickets controller from admin, and this is manage, my tickets, manage. So we're gonna need payment service, and from payment service we should be able to fetch tickets for, or fetch requests for, get all payment requests for ticket ID, get unpaid payment requests, and so we don't have paid, but let's get unpaid payment requests. For ticket ID. So let's check. So these are unpaid, or actually let's do pending, right? What did I call it here? Yes, pending. So let's call it pending, and we can just throw it pending requests. We can just throw it to the view, and let's make sure that, all right, this is agnostic, right? This is track ID agnostic. So it doesn't matter if it's new system or old system, because we are not using the actual ticket entity or ticket domain object. So these are unpaid, and let's annotate it here. So that's gonna be variable unpaid requests, and that's a payment, no, bhr payment request array, which means now we can just do here like so. And so first that's gonna be an ID, right? So info status, so we'll do ID, and let's just kind of wrap it in the, maybe like this. Then what for, so request info, and let's, so we're gonna need the functionality to actually add it, right? And that's probably the first thing we should do. So since we can't use, well, we could fix the current functionality that we have, or we can just leave it as is and just make a form over here. So these are payment requests, these are other tickets. So let's duplicate this, create payment request, right? And card text, and we're gonna need a form over here. So first let's get this element sub common submit, and value is create. We don't need much more, so that's our submit button. And we need two inputs, one for the money we want to assign and one for the info. So let's go to element common. Let's do regular inputs. So we'll do input input type, let's default it to text, name will be name, and that's it. And actually we can just copy it from here, because here we did with MB3 and all that. And we don't need, do we need info? We don't need info. So let's copy that and make this a common, because that one was dedicated to the, what was it, the submit ticket, right? And I was just reusing those, but they're, I don't know. So then I decided to move everything to common, because there should be reusable everywhere. So we have name, label, placeholder, and input type. So let's do input type. Let's default it to text. So we just need name, a label. There's no ID, but that's fine. Oh, and if there's no, oh, because name is the ID. Okay, name is both name and ID, which is fine. So we want this element common input, and name is amount, and label is amount in amount. I know it's gonna be in dollars. I mean, we operate on cents actually, not on dollars. So these are not floating point numbers, these are all integers. But for the ease of use, we just put one integer which represents the number of dollars, and we just multiply it by 100. So that's our amount, and what for? So name will be info, because that's what it's called on the entity. What for? That'll do. And let's see how it renders. Oh, undefined variable, unpaid requests. Did I not return it? Oh, because I did pending requests instead of unpaid requests. There. Okay. Okay, that'll do. I mean, this should be only this should be number only for amount, and this should be text. So we'll figure it out. It's not an issue. Now what we need is the actual form. So let's go to routes and new system here, and payment requests, and let's do, no, not this, builder post, and that's gonna be ticket, ticket ID slash let's do new PR, payment request. Yeah, I know it sounds like a pull request, but who's gonna confuse that? So our controller is tickets. Our action will be called new payment request, and our prefix is admin, and our route is called admin tickets new PR. That's our route. So now let's go to tickets controller, and let's create that action, new payment request, and we're gonna need payment service. Do we need ticketing service? Probably not. Yeah, probably not, because we're using truck ID. We don't even need the actual ticket ID, the record ID, because this is not a foreign key relation. It's more like an entry, and we just kind of join them manually. So our ticket ID is this. The payment service. Oh, hang on. We got ticket ID, but we need amount. And our amount needs to be an integer, and we're gonna do amount. I'll check that in a second. And info is this. Oops. This get request get data info, and now info and amount must be validated. So if empty info, this flash error info cannot be empty, because the customer needs to know what he's being charged for. And we're redirecting, in any case, we're redirecting to the same and same action, which is manage ticket. Now, if amount is less than $1, so $1 is the minimum payment that we can actually handle. So that's gonna be pretty much the same deal over here. The amount is too low. Okay, create payment request. So we have ticket ID, amount in int, which means we're supplying cents over here. Yes, amount here. So we have to multiply it by 100. So let's do this. Let's do amount equals amount times 100. So now it's converted to cents. And it cannot be less than 100 cents, which is $1. Amount and what for? Info. And for now, let's just void it. Oh, what am I doing? This is action, so never mind. I thought I was in the service. So either case, we need to return back. But once we do, now we should see the payment request. So we just need to finish the form. So it's gonna be this form create no form, and type is post, URL is router URL, name is tickets, first admin tickets, new PR, that's what I called it, right? And ticket ID is ticket ID. And there, and we need to close the form. So this should render the form. Now let's try adding empty. Info cannot be empty. Perfect. And let's create amount is too low. Perfect. So let's do $40 bench fee. And here it is, bench fee. So we want the amount. We want to see the amount. Yeah, I think all of this will be a hyperlink. Or maybe just this. Maybe just the info. Just so we can, we can click it and we can, maybe do something with it. Right, because we can, if we go to that payment request, we should be able to remove it, update it, or what have you. Probably not updated. It's kind of something that requires a little bit of thought, because you need to be aware that the customer could be in the process of making the payment. So the checkout session has been created and the user is finalizing it. But until the response comes to our webhook, or notification comes to our webhook with the information that this particular checkout session was succeeded, then until we get that, we don't know. And well, we can check whether the user initiated the checkout session. Yeah, we can check that. But user can initiate multiple checkout sessions and just finish one of them. So it requires a little bit more thought. Amount, let's do this. Amount and request amount divided by 100. Alright, because this is our integer. And we do that 0, 0. And that should render nice $40. For so this alone, is already a nice improvement for me, because now I can create payment requests from here. So I could technically even, yeah, because we're not validate. No, we do validate. Yeah. So that's why I don't want to touch the old system, because I'm gonna have to still create payment requests for the old tickets, because I have plenty of tickets pending, and I will have some tickets pending after the release. I will still have some tickets from Hesk. So migration will be a bit of a hassle, but we'll get there when we get there. Bench fee, and let's do $15 shipping. Oh, that is so much better than juggling and stuff. And we want to have the button over here to copy the payment request, or to just go to the checkout session. So now if I go to make payment for this ticket, now it renders correctly, because this is agnostic, because it doesn't modify the ticket status, or it doesn't care about the tickets. It's only within its own thing, and that ticket ID is just a string as far as the system is concerned. I mean, it does pull the ticket, because you can see the ticket and the name on the ticket. So it does pull either ticket from the new system or the old system. So this is working, so I'm glad. And now, let's since we can create them, we don't need the delete. Not really. I mean, we do need it, but as I said, I would be careful with that. So these are pending, and let's grab the total amount that the user owes. And I do have that in payment service. So this is pending requests, and we're gonna set amount due, and that's gonna be from payment service. What was it? Get payment, get unpayment, blah blah blah. We had something to grab the total. Get outstanding total for ticket and ticket ID. So this will allow us to display, I think this is also in integer, amount due is integer, payment requests pending. If so, this is, yeah, can we have two titles? We should be able to have two titles, right? So this is integer, so we're gonna have to convert it. Yeah, we can have two titles, so that's fine. Let's do bold on this one, so it's more like a title. So we wanna divide that by 100 and add $8 and that's 0, 0. Amount due, let's just get this in bold, the amount, because that's the only important thing. All right, so now we have the amount that the customer owes. Now we have get unpaid requests, so pending, and now paid will be payment service get paid payment requests. Or we just, no, we don't need payment requests that were paid. We can just, no, because if we retrieve payments, the actual payments, then we don't know what they are for, because payment doesn't have the info. When we make the payment, all the outstanding balance, or the outstanding balance, is just submitted to the checkout session, and there's no itemized version of the checkout, at least not yet. I started working on it but never finished it because it's not really needed. So it would be good for reporting and stuff. This is how much the customer paid, but as far as the actual payment requests, what did the customer paid for in the past, that would be not very transparent. So let's get paid payment requests for ticket ID. this set unpaid requests. Paid. Now let's create this method. So we can pretty much just copy the get unpaid payment requests. And status paid, I think it was 1. I don't remember, but we'll test it as we'll test it. So these are paid payment requests, and that returns BHR. That returns array, and that array is BHR payment request. And that's what we return here. That's what we return here, and let's mock it. Paid requests. That's a BHR payment request array. And the paid, the same thing. And same thing here, right? Because it's exact same formatting. So this probably should be an element, and we'll make an element out of this. That'll save that tedious work for off-camera work. Okay, paid are none. So now let's edit payment requests manually here to status 1. So as far as the system is concerned, these are paid, even though there are no payments, because there was no, what do you call it, no checkout session created. So if we refresh here, yes, the amount due is 0, pending requests none, and we have paid 2 payment requests. Perfect. Okay, so this gives us a really nice start. We can quickly create payment requests and at least see them here. This will not be, I will have to think about it, how to make it a little more user-friendly, and we're gonna need a delete button for the payment requests. But this pretty much concludes the payment requests on ticket. This is all history, meaning by all history I wanted to see both paid and unpaid. So we consider this done. We don't need to add admin flag, and I want to list other tickets from that user. I made a little box over here, and the ticket history. The ticket history meaning the history of changes for this particular ticket. Status changes, maybe create payment request, payment request created, ticket assigned, unassigned, that kind of stuff, right? But oh, you know what, one last thing. Let's do a little improvement that I wanted to make for a long time. Amount due, so this is amount due, and that amount due will be wrapped in anchor, And why is it gonna be wrapped in anchor? I'll show you right now, or almost right now. Name. What is the name of that route? Make payment. The name is, oh, there's no name? Oh, because it's connected. Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. Options. Name. Make payment. Like so. So we want name, make payment, and our ticket ID is our ticket ID. Okay. Let's see if this works. It does. And we want target blank. Why do we need this? Yeah, ticket has not have outstanding balance because we just marked them as paid. So let's mark them as unpaid again. So we can get to that page. And the whole reason is, so now I can just copy this URL and send it to the customer. Right now, what I do is I just have to build this URL every time, and then I have to, just to make sure, I have to display it for myself. And when I display it, actually that nothing happens when you display it, only when you click continue to payment. That's when it creates the checkout session. So this is safe, but again, a lot of overhead from my side. And now I can just quickly create payment request over here and just click this. It'll open new window, copy, send to the customer, and we're done. And I can do 10 tickets in a few minutes. And now currently I do 1 ticket in many minutes, just to create all those and then check, and you know, we don't want to make a mistake on something like that, so that's why it takes so long. But I think this is a good pause, good time to pause it. It's coming along. It's coming along. It's still gonna take a little while, and we do need to get start working on that Laravel project that I have, that someone ordered, but that's going to be mainly, yeah, just a little bit of math and not very complex views. It should be pretty quick. I can spend more than 5 days on that project in total, from the minute I start to the minute I collect money. You know. But we'll see. For now, I want to finish, at least get this to the release stage, to the point where I can release it to production. Because right now my production is halted, it's frozen, because this is unstable, right? As of now. So I want to get it to the stable version so I can do releases. Because should there be a bug in the system now, I would have a serious egg in my face, because I can't just pull in production, and I don't even have branching or anything. It's all master, so we have a lot of work over there. But that's after the first release. That's when we're gonna start branching and do feature branching and all that kind of stuff. We have the pipeline set up for pull requests, so at least that. But we still have some tests, some negligence in tests. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.